Okay, hey, this is a precursor to the episode we're dropping later on today, but happy Mother's Day, Jane.
Happy Mother's Day, Janice, and all of our listeners, fans, and world.
Yeah, we're just gonna like post this on Facebook and Insta as a little promotion, but how's your Mother's Day? How are things going? What's going on?
Well, I got up at 6:45 this morning and did all the things I needed to do to go do an 8:30 a.m. coaching session at the local little coffee shop,
Lovely.
little coffee bean and
Lovely.
tea. Yeah. And where I was doing a business coaching session, but we all know that business coaching is a lot of life coaching. And
Oh, heck yeah.
yeah, working on the business owner. And it was funny because we were going through the 6 lies we tell ourselves. And there was another patron of the coffee shop kind of listening, and I could see his reaction. So I actually was like, "Are you enjoying the coaching session?" He's like, "Yes, very much so." He goes,
That'll be $50.
"Yeah, exactly. You need to pay up because I don't give away free."
Right. Right.
But it
No.
was actually around charging the correct prices and the lies that we tell ourselves and why we feel that we have to justify our pricing and charge less to certain people and blah blah blah. So it
Yes.
very much so taps into needing to be liked and
Yep.
perfect, and well, my stuff's not perfect. So it's all about how we see ourselves and
Yeah, it's
how,
so true.
and well also, but how we also navigate the marketplace, ourselves, how we purchase and buy things or don't buy things, and how we value things. And when we don't see the value in something, we want to pay less for it. But we also, if it's not important to us, we
Yeah,
put less value to it. But to the next person, it may be the highest value to them, and you don't know that. And so when
that's
we
exactly right.
yeah, when we sell through our own wallet, it can really mess us up, with what we're saying to our customer base and stuff. So that's kind of what we are working on, and talking about how those lies get in the way of us just making business decisions.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. I just actually had a conversation. So I have a colleague friend who I'm doing a thing with this summer for the first time. She's hosting basically a week-long summer camp for teens who are to help them become to build their professional network. So she's going to help them build their LinkedIn platform. They're going to engage with AI to really think about how it's going to be an incredible experience, but we're adding a parent piece to it. So I'm going to do like 4 coaching sessions with parents. It tied to all of that, but it ties to this conversation because we were talking about pricing.
Yeah.
And she was really inclined to underprice herself. And and like you just said, it was like, whoa. Let me outside of your brain share back with you what you're going to do for these kids. Like,
Right.
no, you got to price this at what you're worth, and you're worth a lot.
Well, and it's not just that, but what's the market value?
Exactly.
Because what you could be telling people when you underprice yourself is that it's not worth as much as other programs.
That's right.
Why are you only charging this much when all of your competitors are charging this much?
Yep.
It's because of our own trash that we have to sift through.
Yeah, it's the same shit in our brains and our voices that tell us we're fat and tell us we're this or tell us we're right. It's the same freaking voice.
Yep.
So
Yep.
true. Love that.
It's so funny how our psyche gets in our way in those lies that we tell ourselves. Because I was actually working with one of the projects I'm working on at the nonprofit I work for is Snapchat. They have a philanthropy department, and we work very closely with the director of that department. And we do a lot of Snap Academies. And where am I going with this? There was something with we were having them help us with our scholarship. So they're a sponsor of our annual scholarship as well. And
Sure.
the people that were going through the applications, they were like, I don't know if I'm qualified. It's that imposter syndrome,
That's it.
that rears its ugly head.
That's it.
And she's like talking to them. She's like, you're looking at high school applications for a scholarship. You have been in your career for 5 to 7 years. Yes,
Right.
expert. Yes, you know what you're looking for in
Yep.
and you have. It's so funny how many professionals. It doesn't matter what level you're at. You still need that push of confidence and or that push of motivation to
That's
gain
right.
confidence to do that and be reminded that your opinion is valuable and you're
Exactly.
bringing something to the table, and
So
that's
true.
what it is. So here on Mother's Day, let's talk about that for a minute. I mean, we're going to do a little mini-sode for our introduction to our real episode with your sister-in-law, which is going to
Yeah.
be, I love it. I can't wait to listen to it again. But even as moms, the imposter syndrome,
Big
the
time.
6 lies that we tell ourselves, how we feel that we're responsible for how our kids feel and everything else. And this is Mother's Day, so I'm going to tell all you mamas out there, let it go.
That's right.
Let it go. You're doing a good job. You're trying your best. You don't wake up in the morning, wondering how you're going to screw up your kid's day. Maybe you do, but I hope you don't.
Right.
Or intentionally going to screw up your kid's day. Nobody does that, or their life. And just know that you're doing the best that you possibly can. And listen to us.
That's right. That's right.
Letter. Tell us how you need help. Do whatever you need to do, and we will put you on an episode, and we'll call you up. We'll have you on here. We want to hear from our fans and hear how we can help you guys.
That's right.
We're here to help too, not just to listen to us talk about whatever the hell we want. We want to know what you want to talk about too. So this is a great.
Well, and I love, two pieces to the Mother's Day piece, right? I love that, on social media, there's certainly plenty of people now who are trying to create platforms where they talk about good enough, right? Like you're doing way better than you think you are, and you got to give yourself some credit for that. And to your point, stop letting that kind of imposter syndrome piece take over, because there is no such thing as a perfect mom. Nope. And everything we see posted online is we have to take with a grain of salt, because oftentimes if it looks perfect, it's not perfect somewhere, right? Or somebody is killing themselves to make it look that way, right? So there's that piece. And then there's the piece like us, right? I posted a reel this morning that I hope everybody will go look at. And it really is about a reminder that there are plenty of us waking up today on Mother's Day without a mother to lift up. And it's not because our mother passed away. No. It's because, I'll speak for myself, my mother isn't someone I could rely on. She isn't someone who protected us. She isn't someone who offered guidance. And even though she is still alive across the country, I haven't spoken to my mother in over 20 years, and I will not speak with her again before my life is over or her life is over, whichever comes first. And for me, that's not a sad story anymore. That's just the reality that, kind of like, you guys see my mantra of family as a privilege, not a right. And it's the same thing when we take on the role of mother or father or caregiver. There are certain things that should be absolutely baked into what we do for the people in our care. And it's not always the case. We don't always all have that. And, in the end, I'm okay. You're okay. We've talked about, we won't hash it out again, but we've talked about how much we learned as a result of watching our own mothers not do it well. And so my family has benefited greatly from that. But that's the other side of it, right? That not everybody has a mother out there that they can lift up. But for you, if that's you out there, the choice you do have, the control you do have, is to be the best person you can be. Whether you're a mom or not, a dad or not, it doesn't matter. There are likely children in your life in some way, shape, or form, whether it's coworkers, children, nieces, nephews, neighborhood kids, whatever it is, treating them with joy and kindness and compassion. That's how you kind of put that out into the world, right? In a way that your own mother maybe didn't.
Yeah. No, I love that. And that's very true. I don't have a mother, per se, that I would say is my mother that I'm reaching out to, and just like you and I have similar stories when it comes to that. And we've built our boundaries so we don't pass them. So we don't, expose ourselves to the drama and trauma that comes along with it, and these are our personal choices. But what we do is we love up on our kids. We love up on our, and all of the women in our lives. We tell them Happy Mother's Day, and we're there for them. Now, I know that there's parents out there that, moms, that could be doing a better job.
Yeah.
There's plenty.
Yeah.
In certain areas, not in your whole, maybe the whole thing, maybe not, maybe you're hearing this and you're just like, I know I could do better. This is your opportunity.
That's right.
To reach out. This is your opportunity to lean into your support system. If you don't have one, we can be there for you. You can reach out to us. We can get you, we can address your question on an episode. If you're afraid to say anything to anybody and you need help, let us help you. Let us help you, subliminally through our messaging and stuff like that. Because we've all had our moments where we thought that we weren't a good parent because we've made a choice, and I've been there.
Absolutely.
Like, wow,
All of us.
I really effed that up. But you know what? We got to move forward. And it's all about growth, and it's all about turning it around and not doing it again, not repeating
right.
history, not repeating those actions, not repeating and making sure that you are asking for help or getting the support that you need. There's plenty of supplemental counseling or coaching and stuff like that out there if you can't afford it, if you don't have health insurance. But get the help that you need. Lean into those people that are there for you, because there's nothing wrong with admitting that you need help. And the people that benefit from the most are your children and you.
I love that. Thank you so much for saying that piece, Jane, because I love that you are reminding all of us that if you're not doing it well and you know it, then we're here for you too, right? We're not just looking for the people who have overcome and who are doing it great and who just need somebody to remind them they're doing a great job. We're here for everybody. And I love the idea that we can create a safe space for someone who maybe hasn't made some choices that were in the best interest of their kids and feel like now they're down that path and they can't get back. And I love that you're reminding them that, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
And you can help.
Something hit me, and I mean, this is an open forum for us to air out our own shit too. So let's go dig into Jane's dumpster real quick. Yesterday I was watching, kind of in the background, what was I watching? Shoot. I was watching a couple different things. I've been watching Working Moms, and that show is freaking hilarious. My God.
I love it.
Ridiculous and hilarious. But I was watching, what was I watching? I want to say, it was a missing children's, it's called Disappeared, Dead or Alive. And it's this, they're following around these, missing detectives, missing homicide detectives or whatever.
Okay.
Detectives in North Carolina. But they had a quote, and the quote was, shoot, I'm totally wasting people's time right now. I had it on the tip of my tongue, but it was instead of needing to get that, that help or whatever. And they were interviewing one of the cops, and her mom was like, oh, well, I guess it's just the three of us again, and it was her and her sister and her mom went through all these different relationships. And after every relationship, I guess it's just the three of us again. And she goes, all I wanted was stability. And she goes, that's the only thing that I wanted. It didn't matter if my mom was with another person or by herself. I just wanted
Sure.
And I was just like, wow, because I've been married 4 times and all this. And that hit me because I'm like, that's probably what my kids have said about me. I just want stability. They've always known that I'm stable and everything else, but with me being in a relationship or whatever, and then we combine all that stuff, that creates instability for them. Being single is their stability. Me being single or dating or whatever, and not having somebody else come into our home. And that really, like, it dawned on me, it clicked in my brain, like, maybe that's what I've just needed for my kids this whole time, is to do, I can do what I want. I could be an adult, I could date, I could do whatever, but creating that stability at home and not bringing other people into our circle. And that was a big thing for me. And I was like, you know what, that's what I've promised them. I've promised them, like, I'm not going to move anybody into our house. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to date. I'm going to be an adult.
Right. Of course.
But this is our sanctuary. And
good for you.
Yeah. But I said that 2 months ago, I said that a while ago, but it was so cool to just see it on TV. And I'm like, that was just a validation for me that I made the right choice.
I love that. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, because that's just being able to step back and recognize that. Because I feel like, with your kids as old as they are, it would be easy for you to say, oh, they're old enough, they can handle it. But for you to just step back and say, you know what? No. Let's just let that be our sanctuary. Exactly. And honestly, for you to, it kind of creates a boundary for you in terms of how serious you will get, right, in other relationships right now, and to give yourself a break from that. Yeah,
and I can get serious with a relationship if I want to, but of
course,
my boundaries are, I'm not going to have anybody move in, and I don't know how long that's going to last, but I know it's going to last until Jenny's out of school. I know that's my deadline, so
I love that.
promise to them, and that's my promise to myself too, is just to allow myself space, that space too. But
Yes.
but it's for them as well, and make sure that they know that no matter what, nobody's moving in, nobody's coming into our territory. They can come and visit, but that's about it, and that's it.
Well, and that's gonna make them, I would think, so much more okay with and open to,
Right. A
you
relationship.
do need someone that you want to date exclusively or what have you, to just have that sense of relief of, I can let my guard down because I don't have to worry because mom's already made a promise to us, right? That
Well, it's not just a promise to them, it's a promise to me too, because I've always allowed that openness in relationships. And I'm, it's for my protection too, because, I do give in to stuff like that when it comes to it, because that's the kind of environment I grew up in. They wear you, and then you just say yes and blah, blah, blah. And then the abuse returns, I think I have the best skill set at this point to identify red flags. I smell them coming from a mile away now. And it's just like, I'm good on that. I'm being very choosy with who I let into my world. And then, so it's been a long.
Thank God that I made the cut. I mean, woo, I had no idea.
Barely.
I had no idea. I'm sure. I have no doubt. Trust me. I love it.
That's what's been going on in my world. Just a bunch of mind fucks left and right, and cars getting damaged and breaking down. And it's been a very expensive couple of weeks for me. Tired. But I'm going to the beach today. We're going to the beach. Get rejuvenated. Hopefully the sun will peek out of these clouds and we can get warmed up on the beach.
I'm sure it will. That's awesome. Well, I love it. I think this is a perfect mini-sode, right? I love that we were able to kind of remind the mamas out there about how we're thinking about them, and also just, show the real life that is.
Yeah.
I love it. So folks, we're going to post this video on Instagram, Facebook, all the places. But at the end of it, we want you to go find our podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcast. Click on the Mother's Day episode featuring my sister-in-law, Lauren K. Siegler, who is another just amazing version of mom. And take a listen, because we only got a couple more episodes before the end of this season, folks. So get the listening going.
Yeah, we're gonna cruise you guys through June, and then July we're taking a break.
Right, so you're on your freaking own.
Yeah, for the whole month. So just go listen to the ones you haven't. And guess what? You know what? We need to celebrate. We are almost to the point where we can have commercials.
Oh my God! I know you're excited. All right, that's a whole different episode. All right, we're going to click stop on the recording. Peace out, you guys.
All right, guys. Happy Mother's Day.